Howdy toddy. Yeah.
Now.
Eric Redinger, how you doing?
Wow.
Yeah.
What's the occasion?
I think I'm on a streak of like 4 times in a row.
Yeah. Thank you.
I realized people probably don't know your name.
I know. I know.
Redinger.
Eric Red Ginger.
Sweat Equity Podcast and streaming show Pragmatic Entrepreneurial Advice with 1,000% more dick jokes than your average business podcast.
Oh. Well, you meant we had to do 1,000% more.
Yeah.
No way.
That's Eric, as I've already told you guys. I'm Law Smith. Hashtag girthyroi. Hashtag 69B2B. Hashtag Sweat Equity. Little fun fact. Did you know when you get a bunch of phone calls and you don't know who called you? You want to know the site to look up, to use?
Okay.
White Pages is good.
Okay.
Spokio's good.
Okay.
But the best one I know about is fastpeoplesearch.com. Not a sponsor. Fastpeoplesearch.com.
Okay.
If you ever want to look it up. I'm trying to
Good
give
to
a
know.
little added value at the top of the show.
All right.
From now on.
No, that's good. I got a bunch of them to look up.
Yeah.
Retroactively.
I always do it. If I don't know the number, I'm always looking it up. I'm always Googling it. And
I got to show you a crazy one I got later.
Okay.
We'll do it later.
This episode, headline sponsors brought to you by Grasshopper. Try grasshopper.com/sweat. $75 off an annual plan for your business phone line. You need that extra phone line for that side hustle, for your business. You don't need to get a second cell phone. A lot of people do that. You can compartmentalize your life with another business phone line app. I use it, and I like using it on my laptop too.
That's huge.
Try grasshopper.com/sweat gets you $75 off an annual plan. $75 off an annual plan. Adding a second line through Verizon or AT&T or Sprint, it's way more expensive.
Make it the first step to actually having your own business.
Yeah, it's something a lot of people don't want to pay for when they're like, I'm going to do a startup brand. I got this brand going. I've got an online shop. You can get an 800 number. You can choose your own local number like I did. Grasshopper. Try grasshopper.com/sweat. $75 off an annual plan. Our feature sponsor, ExpressVPN. Try expressvpn.com/sweat. Get you 3 months free off an annual plan. You have that anonymized web searching out there. When you think you're in private mode in Chrome, it's still got a little something on you.
We're not judging.
Don't worry about big ads looking at you, but if you don't want to be tracked, try expressvpn.com/sweat.
Yeah.
And Warby Parker trial.com/sweat. Get 5 free pairs to try on at home. Pick them out.
Put them on your head.
Put them on your head. You can pick by shape. Because I got a horse head, I go, okay, only these 5 work for me. And then I put my prescription in, and they go, okay, these are the ones, check them out, try them on, get made fun of by my coworkers, send them back, get another 5 free pairs to try on. Now you can get sunglasses. Now they're the disruptor in the eyeglass, sunglass wear. You can get stuff for $95.
Wow.
I think my dad paid $700 for lens crafters or something.
That's a sucker.
Well, I mean, I tried to tell him to go to warbyparkertrial.com/sweat. 5 free pairs to try on at home. Let's get this party started. Howdy toddy!
My sweat equity. Sweat equity. Sweat equity. My sweat equity. My sweat equity. What about my sweat equity?
We're recording this. Wow. You had a drink?
I was
Did you just slam a whole drink?
I was just joking around.
Oh, man.
Just joking around.
Well, we're kind of in party mode. Stanley Cup. The Rays are in the playoffs.
Rays just won.
We recorded this out of Tampa. We try to make it a little bit more nationally kind of...
Title Town. We call it Title Town.
Yeah.
Just, going forward.
I almost said that to someone. I was like, I could never get away with. We've had all our sports teams sucked so bad for so long.
Oh, we had how many arena bowls did we win, dude?
It's on the signs when you enter the city limits.
Not anymore. I don't know if they're still there.
Oh, really?
The
Tampa Bay Storm?
Rusted away. They had City of Champions.
Yeah. Everybody's
They had the
kind of
Bucks
got
and the
that.
Lightning, and then they threw 9 Arena Bowl championships in there.
I always look at that thing. We brought it up on the show a long time ago. Sports Illustrated had a thing of neighborhoods that had the most badass athletes come out of it, and it was Compton, the Bronx, and then West Tampa.
Yeah.
And that was it.
Yeah.
This is 25 years ago. I
Gary
think.
Sheffield.
Yeah. Who else? Don Garlitz. Yeah, you don't even know about that one.
The race car guy?
Mm-hmm.
I did know.
Yeah. Big Daddy. And then you got Tino Martinez and
Of course.
Fred McGriff, Doc Gooden,
Sure.
Daryl Strawberry, all kind of like in the same neighborhood. It's crazy.
Yeah.
Good baseball town.
Yeah, a lot of good baseball players came out here. The guys who got addicted to drugs on the Mets.
I know we had all the
both
good
came out
stories
here.
too, right? Everybody had
Yeah.
a good story.
Yeah, Lou Pinello was a Jesuit guy. Went to my high school.
Yeah, at one point we had Pinella, we had Gruden, and Tortorella.
Yeah,
The
Gruden's
three
Clearwater,
biggest hotheads
right?
in all of sports.
Oh yeah. His coaches of the three pro teams.
Terrifying.
We've never had all our teams do well at the same. And this is weird because it's all at the same time.
Yeah, well,
We're never gonna have we can't say never, but we've never really had an era in the modern sports era when it's I'd say televised would be the modern sports era. When it got to a lot of people.
I mean, 2002, the Bucks won the Super Bowl, and then the next year the Lightning won the Stanley Cup. That was a pretty good time.
That was 04. They won the Stanley Cup.
That was 03.
So 2002 season, the NFL
whatever
fucks
that-
up.
that-
They do 2002
whatever that thing
season,
is.
but they actually won the
Either
Super Bowl
way,
in 03.
It was pretty close together.
Right. But then the Rays weren't that good. They were the Devil Rays maybe still.
Yeah,
And
they
so
weren't that good at that point.
it's just interesting, like, when a city, is doing well on all fronts. We've never really had that.
We're only 3 games into the NFL season, too, but
We're all right, sure, but we're talked about.
good start.
Yeah, 2-1, whatever. As we're recording this, it's just fun that all the 3 of those franchises were doormats for a while until they weren't. So
Fun time.
yeah, and the Ray story, one of the best business books if you ever want to read it. Everybody talks about Moneyball. One of the best business kind of management books that uses baseball as a big metaphor. So Moneyball's great. It talks about analytics, talks about sabermetrics, how you can find out, how you can use data to find these basically the cheat codes to find developing players. Like they talk about Kevin Youkilis in the book in Moneyball, where he's the king of walks, and walks are way more. They're talking about average used to be the
Right.
stat everybody used. If you're not
Single
a
is as good as a walk.
if you're not a
Same
baseball
idea.
fan too, you can kind of Michael Lewis makes it very very palatable for anybody that doesn't like that.
Did you say the name of the book? The Extra 2%?
The extra 2%.
Did
Yeah, I
you
was
say
getting-
that?
No, I was
Sorry,
getting
I
to
didn't
that.
know if you said it or not.
Well, I was trying to set the table because it's
my
basic-
bad.
It basically goes like Moneyball is good, but you should do that, and you should do the non-mass side with management.
Yeah.
And it uses the Rays going. Their whole thing for their business is to get 2%, the extra 2% advantage. If they can do 100 little things for that organization, because it's a big company if you really look at it like that. They've got the 3 minor league teams too, or 4 maybe,
At least.
maybe more than that.
Yeah.
Because there's a bunch of single A teams.
Oh,
that
they have
you-
independent leagues and
Right,
stuff
right,
all
right.
over the place.
So you're always they're basically developing their employees all the time.
Yeah. Well, it's like baseball's the one sport that you can kind of go to the numbers, and they tend to regress to the mean because you play 162 games. But that's why it's so crazy this year, where you got guys that are MVP. Like Christian Yelich was awesome and this year he sucked.
Yeah.
And he went from
Josh Bell ruined my fantasy team.
right, and it's like they play another 100 games.
I couldn't drop him.
And he's like, oh really?
Well, it's just no, they let you drop him.
Oh,
I'm just
okay.
saying I couldn't drop him because I'm like,
Okay.
that's an interesting thing that you do with the bias in your head. I should have dropped him, and I know I should have.
Yeah.
But you
It
go,
didn't matter.
This guy's really good.
Yeah. I won the championship if anybody's wondering.
Who cares less? All right, out of when you tell people you
Nobody.
won a championship that
Nobody.
to someone else outside of your league, or a woman telling you about her new haircut.
Right. Both.
Which ones do people least care about?
Both.
Yeah,
It
you gotta
depends
pick,
on
you
who's
gotta pick
listening.
one. That's a pretty good hypothetical, I think.
Yeah, I don't. I recognize when I said it, nobody cares, but at the same time, I care. And I won, 5 in a row? 6 in a row? Started 0-3?
What are you, gold status?
Bro, don't even see.
Did I just
diamond
neg
level.
you?
Yes, you did. I'm diamond level status. Okay.
For fantasy?
Yes.
What does that get you?
Gets me
Yahoo. So
All-
Yahoo gives you a score as a
all the
manager
ladies.
across all the fantasy things you do.
Yeah. No, it's just for each sport.
Oh, okay.
I'm in
I thought it was your profile.
baseball. I'm diamond level, baby. 99 percentiles. That's what that means.
So what does that do?
Nothing. Just I
Do you
get a
get-
little
Do you
icon.
get anything?
I get to say that I'm better than you at fantasy baseball according to stats and
Okay.
numbers and real life things. There's no real argument about it. You can look at the numbers and say Eric's at the top, and there's everybody else way down.
You did create the league where it was way more batting heavy stat wise than it was.
Oh
pitching
yeah.
heavy.
Well, then why didn't you just win it? Why didn't you just win it then?
I didn't realize it too late. I got,
Oh yeah.
I got swindled.
Oh yeah. How many years? This is your second year.
I
We
thought it
didn't
was-
change anything.
That was COVID, man. I was
Right.
doing that.
Oh, now it's COVID's fault.
Yeah, for sure. Whatever's not my fault.
Right.
For losing.
Right. Yeah.
So, why play fantasy sports too? I think it's a lot of people go, it's a big waste of time. I think it's in an age where, like, you know, we don't do a lot of crossword puzzles, like our generation, a little bit older, doesn't do a lot of those kind of like brain exercises. I think fantasy is good if you treat it as something like that.
Yeah, for sure.
can definitely
Especially
get-
baseball. It goes back to the number thing where you can kind of like they have all those, you know, the sabermetric stats that you can really dig in deep. Football, it's like
Football has no
guy-
sample size,
you
right?
they trip and fall. You know, things that happen in football when there's so many fewer games and plays and whatnot. But
So, but you look at it like sample size is everything in data, and we see it in research a lot of the times where it's like, here's a new scientific research report that came out, and it's like they only tested 5 people about
Right.
this, and who cares?
yeah,
Right? So there's a book called, I met this author, it's called The Wisdom of Crowds when I worked at a mutual fund company. He's like, basically, he tells a story when I saw him in person. He tells a story about there's a big jar of jelly beans out, and this is a true story or something like this.
really.
Yeah, a big
whole
jar of jelly.
jar?
Yeah, Ronald Reagan like nutted when he saw it.
What?
And so, big jar of jelly beans at like the town square.
Did you come in it?
And you won like a bunch of money if you could guess how many jelly beans were in there.
Okay.
Right? And so the more people that kind of added in their count, what they thought, the closer it got to the number.
Right.
Isn't that interesting?
Yeah. Yeah, that's really interesting. But I mean,
No one hit it, but
no one hit it? How many people did they get to guess?
they had more than 1,000.
Okay. Isn't there like a number that you can reach when you take these polls and stuff that it like kind of isn't it like 1,500 people once you take a sample size of 1,500 people across a population, it doesn't matter anymore, like or something like that, right?
I've never heard that. I've
I don't
heard.
know. I don't remember. It was from statistics class, and I don't think I did very good.
Well, I mean, you always have like a margin of error too. That's something you always have to look at in any kind of like poll. Polls are different though. Polls are like a lot of opinion piece, right?
Yeah, maybe it was polling was what it was.
Yeah, and polls are kind of garbage, but we use them a lot. Like Family Feud
Yeah.
is basically all that, right?
Yeah.
We pulled what kind of fucking nerd sat through a guy asking all these questions for Family Feud?
Yeah. Well, it's not that many, is it?
It always sounds like they stop people on the streets. and
10.
they're like, yeah, but they're like, we pulled some people off the street, and you're like, what?
I know.
Who stopped in the middle of the street just to go? Yeah, I got some time.
It's probably the same guy just randomly filling out the numbers.
Right.
There's
And
no proof of this.
So that's why Family Feud's frustrating sometimes. If you're
I
like,
get so frustrated with Family Feud.
do you?
So
Yeah?
bad, dude.
Oh, I thought it's because you don't like Steve Harvey. You're a
doesn't
Richard,
like-
you're a
I'm
Richard
man,
Karn
Steve.
guy.
Yeah, bring back.
You're now Borland guy.
Yeah, bring back Al Borland. Who's the guy that made out with all the girls? From the
70s guy?
Yeah, I don't remember.
Out of my zone.
Those were the days.
I only know the Family Guy cutaway.
So cringy. You can't even watch it and be like, oh, look how funny it is. It's like, no, oh God. There's no fun to it anymore.
He's just like licking their hand
It's
and shit.
it's so bad. It's so
Bet he
gross.
got laid all the time though.
No. Go back and look at that guy.
Those kind of confidence guys. It's like I was talking to someone the other day about another friend of ours, and it's like, you know, the guys that look jacked that are like always 5'7", I mean, the guys that are 5'7", they always look kind of like if they work out a little bit, they'll get jacked. It's like the Tom Cruise thing.
Okay. Yeah.
They don't have like if you're taller than 5'7", for whatever reason, and you try to work out, it's like way harder. But like,
Well,
there's a
that's
lot
like a
of dudes-
mechanical thing, like physically your arms are longer. You have to, move
Right.
weights further. You can get your muscles bigger because you don't have to push them as far.
Yeah, so
That
like
sort of
all
thing.
these actors like look yoked and they're all tiny,
Yeah.
you know.
That makes sense. I guess. I don't know.
Anyway,
We're not doctors.
just to go back, just to end the loop on the baseball stuff, I think we're statistics. I mean, it gets your brain to think about statistics, which is good. In an age where, man, we're really fucking with math here, and it's fucking crazy. It blows my mind, like what we're trying to do with like, oh, the numbers are this. Oh no, they're this, and it's like.
In terms of what?
In terms of any news story, we're doing this. We're recording this as the debate's about to happen.
Yeah.
And it's
Debate
like
prep, 21 minutes.
I don't even have to. We don't have to watch it. I know there's going to be discrepancies in like what a number is, right?
Right.
And that's the beauty of math. It just is.
Yeah.
A lot of the time?
Used to be that back. A couple years ago. That was the idea, but.
And now every article is like, I wish I was smart enough to program an app that like would hover over. You could get an extension on Chrome, and it would hover over any article. It's like the kid that did the one extension on Chrome that if you read a news article and it had a politician name, it would show who funds them. Have you ever seen that?
No, but that's cool.
Isn't that awesome?
Yeah.
Because everything's about money. Follow the money. You'll find the incentives, all that shit. And so like, I wish I could develop one that would show 3 legitimate sources. It just hovers over there. Like Wikipedia, you footnote stuff.
Yeah.
I'll actually look at the footnotes to make sure it's legit. Because
Right.
I think on my dad's Wikipedia, it says he has 3 daughters.
So pretty accurate.
Because our friend John Jacobs changed it, and he's not famous enough for anybody to care. So.
Right. Good luck.
Which I thought was really funny.
It is funny.
I still think it's funny. I still think it's there. It's been there for like 7 years.
Good.
Maybe you did it. I don't know. Did you do it?
I don't know.
What? Call in if you did. And so it's that thing with statistics. I think it's just weird that we just debate these things. And there's also that thing of like, I was just coming from a meeting and talking about like email marketing. If we make it too hard for them to do the call to action, like for a restaurant. And I was like, if we make it too hard if we add an extra step that's superfluous, right? Then everybody's got ADD. This is a lifestyle brand. Like they can kind of take it or leave it. So if it takes a half second more to like, when someone's like, get this app and you're like, oh, fuck, I don't want to get it. It takes just that much longer to do one step. And I feel like with numbers and research in a disinformation, misinformation age, if you're watching the debates, something like the debates, they're debating a number, a research number, a statistic, right? Like, going to do that extra step is just like a pain in the ass. That's why we read headlines.
Yeah. I mean, if you really want to get into it,
Yes.
Most of the time people, when they're talking politics, they want to win. They want to convince you of their side, But most of the time people don't have any sort of actual factual evidence to back it up. So it's always...
Yeah.
It's like a cheat code. If you want to win, you want to convince somebody, look some shit up. Look up some actual facts rather than just whatever you're feeling at that moment. That's what drives me crazy is just the circular logic and the repeating of things that you don't know are true with no, references behind it. And it's just like, then we give up.
What's one of those conversations you've had recently? Like, I mean, there was one that was over here.
I refreshed my memory. I don't know.
Your longest friends a legacy fight have.
Right.
It's all emotional. Right. You're right.
Yeah. Yeah, no, it goes deep. It goes deep quick, too, because so much of the politics is not just, like, who you are. It's, like, your parents play a big part into, like, the way you think about how the world should work, and that's basically what politics is that people run and shit. They're going to, institute these rules and whatnot, and it's like people think they're betraying their parents if they think differently or if they think a certain way. It's so the psychology of it is insane, right?
Yeah. And there's like an old adage of like you're a Democrat when you're younger, Republican when you're older, kind of thing.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I think that idea is just that like when you're younger, it's more like help me, and it's like get older, help yourself.
Well, it's also like. You have a lot more open free time. I look at it like that. Like, so you have time to kind of invest in a lot of social issues, right?
Yeah. Right. It's like, I
you
don't have
don't
time.
worry about a lot of stuff
Yeah.
other than yourself.
Yeah.
So you
don't
put
have all
that
these
energy into
real
others, which is
problems.
good. Most people will. It's like when they talk about like, you know, if you lower taxes, more people will give a lot to charity, like at the high end. So like it's like you think people are just going to save and keep it, and like a lot of people like 1%ers or whatever. But we have a tax setup where you get tax breaks if you do that. But it's like counterintuitive to what you think, right? You lower the taxes, you go, these fat cats are just going to save it. They're not going to spend it.
Yeah.
You know?
But I mean, then again.
But the like freakonomics part of it is like they actually give more. And that goes to middle class too.
And I mean, and I don't know the actual facts off the top of my head, but just universal basic income, was something they've tried a bunch of places. And then up until a few days ago, I was like, I thought that they kind of decided that it works, pretty good. People still work and they, pump money into the economy. And then I heard something else from somebody, and like I said, I don't know the the right things. I didn't look it up, but it's like, God, I don't know. Did it work? I don't know. I don't have my thing pulled up, but you can look it up. But it's like, dude, I don't know what's real at all anymore.
I've been saying not having a tattoo is the new tattoo. Of like being sleeved up.
Right.
Like if you don't have any tattoos,
Nope.
do you? I don't have any either. That's really unusual for like our age now.
Yeah. Like none of my friends, like a lot of my
Really?
friends don't have tattoos. Yeah.
Oh.
It's weird. Yeah.
Everybody has like one at least.
Right.
Right? Like back in the day, you don't like I get reminded it was unusual to have a tattoo back in the day. You were kind of a badass if you had one in the 70s or something. Like
Yeah.
if you had an anchor on your arm, you're, obviously a seaman.
You're semen.
But like,
Did you come in it?
Now everybody's got it. So I kind of feel that way about like saying you don't know or don't have an opinion is kind of the new hardline opinion.
Yeah.
Because social media is giving that voice to a lot of people, right?
Yeah.
And a lot of people don't understand. It's not really, your reach isn't really getting out there that broad.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I can't say that not having an opinion is a hardline opinion.
Not having an opinion on something because you don't know enough, I should say. I was trying to kind of
Is like the shameful.
concise. No, it's the going, I don't know. I don't have an opinion on this subject because I just don't know enough about it. It's
Right.
It's the part of the SATs where they add the answer E, and it's like insufficient data to make a answer. You
I
don't
remember that.
They give you like A, B, C, D
Huh?
at some point. I think it's in the math section, and they'll go like. Then there's another section. It'll go like it'll add the E, and it'll go. Maybe this is the ACT. I can't remember, but it'll add that extra choice of like not enough, insufficient data to make a decision or something like that.
Okay. I can't believe you remember the SATs, ACTs. So weird.
That's what sucks about me
Move on,
as a
man.
student. I was like a C+ student, but I would retain a lot of shit, whereas
Yeah.
like a lot of A+ students would just move on.
Right. I know.
Like a cornerback in the NFL, they just fucking like forget next
Yeah.
play. They got burned and
Still
they're
the
just
best,
like, fuck it.
baby.
Yeah, and I can retain like a lot of shit that I didn't get the grade for.
Right. But it was interesting to you.
Because
so
maybe
you-
later I might look it up and be like, oh, why did I get that wrong?
Yeah.
Or whatever. I had that with a lot of tests and stuff. I don't know what that is. I don't know what that's called, but maybe unpreparing and then feeling guilty. I got a C+, but
Retroactive learning.
yeah, and it used to drive me nuts because I'd be like, you guys remember that test we took? And they're like, no. And I'm like, oh, fuck.
Move on, dork.
Speaking of moving on, I'm just saying like from my education, but it is that thing of oh no, here goes my brain.
There we go.
What if I had a stroke live on Facebook?
It's no good.
What is that? What was that
Mexican
from?
guy saying no good. It's from that video I showed you with the guy with the gate that wouldn't close. What do you think about that gate? I think it's fun.
Let's go into a little bit more nerdy digital stuff.
Oh, good.
Do you like it?
What?
No.
Well, I mean, unless you got more about this. Get the Rays.
What were we talking
Get the
about?
Rays book, The Extra 2%. It's about how the Rays did more than the Athletics with less. They had a lower salary. It was like the A's had like 29th, and the Rays had 30th in salary.
Yeah. Not to mention their movie would have been better. Evan Longoria hitting that game 162. He hit a home run to win it to send him to the playoffs.
God,
like, dude, it was written for him.
Yeah, Jonah Carey, who used to be an ESPN writer, he wrote it. Really good. That didn't put any marketing behind it, and it's like it's easy to read, like Michael Lewis' book, and it's really about they talk about developing pitchers, and I really look at that how do you develop an employee? Like Chick-fil-A is awesome because how do they get the most out of fast food workers? They're still fast food workers at the end of the day, right?
Right.
Well, they look for a certain personality type, right?
Mm-hmm.
Nice. Not anything else, but really can they speak with other people?
Right.
Right? Well, how did they create this funnel where it's hard to work there too as a fast food worker? It's not
hard to get a job there.
Yeah. And what they do is they develop a track for you from day one, and they really go by it and dangle that carrot.
Right. Of success, moving up the ladder.
Yep.
You mean.
And they know a lot of their employees. They know just by the numbers. They know a lot of them are just getting a job, part time or full time, but they're students. It's
right.
a lot of that kind of stuff. But there is a trajectory if you want to follow that path, right?
Mm-hmm.
So how do you get the best out of really what you would call low skill or entry level workers like they do?
Yeah. You can tell me?
It's good management. Well, they have that track. They have a path. They gave a shit enough about their employees for this, and this on benefits, but also hey, we know this is an entry level job and it's not the best.
I'm just trying to relate it to developing pitchers.
So pitchers, when they talk about in the book, you have, and it still I think goes on in the major leagues a lot. You go from single A, double A, triple A majors a lot of the time. You get drafted. And sometimes the top players they might just go triple A. Bryce Harper when he was drafted.
Yeah, there's no set of rules that says you have to go whatever direction, whatever progression.
Yeah, so a lot of guys they can hover in the minors a lot of the time, but there's 4 different managers along the way.
Yeah.
Till they get to the pros, and then they have a 5th sometimes. And so what they looked at was all right, Moneyball's good, statistics are good. We're going to use that too, but we're also going to focus on management because it's going to save us a lot of money in the long run.
Yeah.
It doesn't feel that way because it's going to be indirect, right?
Yeah.
Because
it seems so obvious now. They should all be coaching the same thing.
I guarantee half of the teams are doing it.
Right.
Without looking, I guarantee, I bet half of the teams just do it old school.
Right. Because baseball's weird like that. It's every manager used to be a player, so they all have a little bit of an ego, and they're all going to want to put their stank on it.
And Moneyball shits on all the managers and scouts, and extra 2% kind of goes back on that and says, well, don't throw away that experience and that they have, the knowledge and the wisdom they have. Just you need to funnel it in a better way.
Right.
And essentially those are recruiters, right?
Yeah.
Just like job recruiters, right?
Uh-huh.
They need to be able to filter out in a different way that undoes their biases.
Yeah. Scouting that talent.
Well, they would be like this guy. Is like a purebred athlete, like a horse. They talk about him like this fucking badass athlete, but for whatever reason couldn't put together on the field, kind of thing.
Yeah.
Or they couldn't be coached. Was a lot of it.
Yeah. I mean, baseball. That's the thing. It's it's such variable in terms of over a season. Minute to minute. It's just very much the individual at that moment. It's so hard to break it down, but it usually works itself out with the numbers.
Well, I have to use a lot of sports metaphors in my head to get through a lot of business ideas or strategies or whatever, and that kind of helped me on a management one because we've talked about it a lot. Management feels like everybody knows how to do it.
I disagree, but
I feel like a lot of people are put in that position and they never really work on it.
Yeah.
Right?
Oh, this is how I manage.
Because you ascended from a specialist to that level or whatever, a manager of something because you were a good specialist.
Uh-huh.
But a lot of them don't know how to communicate and manage people, right?
Yeah. Obviously, you're doing something right.
So I'm saying just because you're awesome at that skill and the job you're doing, and now you're the manager of people, now you have to figure out how to. I think a lot of people never look at the other part of managing people other than teaching them the skill and how to do it well.
Yeah.
So extra 2% talks about like they bring up like Scott Kazmir. We drafted him. The Rays drafted him, I should say. He's a fireball pitcher. They know he's got a badass arm. They know he can throw heat. He was throwing gas when we got him too. And part of their strategy is we're going to get pitchers, and they're going to be here 4 years, and we're going to fucking wear out their arms.
Yeah. And then we trade them away.
Right. We trade them away, and because
they've won every trade.
I know.
The last 10 years.
And that's
Chris
like
Archer. You just go back. Every
Rodney,
ace they used to have, they just trade them away. Get rid of
David
them.
Price,
Yeah.
Jamie Shields, Wade Davis.
James Shields.
Yeah, that's what I meant.
Yeah, it's great.
And then they bring in those weirdo guys like Chad Bradford, I think it was his name, and he was a submarine pitcher where his knuckles almost hit the ground when he pitches.
Who's also pitched for the A's.
Yeah.
I think he pitched for both teams.
Oh yeah, maybe I might be confused.
No, I think he played for both the Rays and the A's.
Well, now I can. Oh, okay. Yeah. So like one of those like gimmicky guys almost.
Right.
He still was good, but like it messed people up.
Yeah. No, they wanted guys that could face a unique situation.
Right.
And like mess with a guy and
he's cheap.
guaranteed to get it. Yeah, and he's cheap.
He's really cheap.
Yeah.
And so we're gonna get him for a couple of years, kind of thing. So it's one of those things where they had a plan internally that maybe was not expressed to the pitchers, right? But they go, all right, Kazmir, we drafted you. You're gonna hone that fastball in single A, and then double A, we're gonna work on your curve. Triple A, you're gonna work on a changeup. When you get to whatever.
Right.
They had like a plan set out specifically for him because they invested a lot of money.
Yeah.
In him. Employees you should have that for your employees if you're investing time into them, because it's hard to find someone to replace them a lot of the time if you don't have a playbook ready.
Yeah.
In
If
this
you're making
position-
the commitment,
Right.
make the commitment. Like,
And
do
so,
it.
So they called it radio noise. What happens, that whole thing where you go up the ladder and you have different managers that aren't under the same philosophy,
Yeah.
right? They have their own way of putting stank on it because they're trying to get their career as a manager or GM, to ascend.
Yeah, they want to win the PCL and get to the majors, bro.
That's their style. They're right. They're going, all right, I'm going to win with my style. It might be different than the guy that's in Double A, but it doesn't work a lot of the time.
Yeah. It's like Gabe Kapler. How'd that work out? Okay, for the Phillies
Wow.
1 year.
We're dropping some mad names. We're going to get like
Also played for the Rays.
a lot of baseball nerds in the Otter.ai
Yeah.
transcription of this.
Oh, yeah, baby.
Maybe we could get Joe to carry on. I feel like that's possible.
Yeah,
for
that's
us.
probably doable.
Yeah. Talk about it.
Yeah.
But they talked about it with their management too. It wasn't all just player stuff. They would apply a lot of this stuff with their front office.
Yeah.
Bringing up a younger guy from Wall Street, because I think the subtitle of that book is how to use Wall Street strategies to.
There's just numbers, number crunching.
And they would just look at a lot of shit like, we're going to use this tactic for front office guys too. The Sternberg was a Wall Street guy, but he was like, I'm going to bring up this kind of guy, this prodigy guy, almost like Moneyball, the Jonah Carey guy in that movie. But I want him to focus on managing.
Yeah.
And he was a Wall Street like numbers guy,
Yeah.
beforehand. So,
But I don't think you can do it with any other sport the way they've done. Is
no sample size.
my thing.
It's really tough.
Yeah.
The draft is so interesting to me. The NFL draft is so interesting to me because it's an overvalue, undervalue game. And that's why I nerd out about it, because it's so interesting to watch, like, who's going to fuck up.
Right.
Perceived fuck up, because
Right.
no one wins or loses the NFL draft, but it feels that way. And then it's fun to see what that was later.
Yeah.
The Bucs drafted a kicker last year, 2 drafts ago, that is not on the team now.
Right. Every time he kicked, he looked up like he had never seen a field goal post in his life. Like, what am I doing on this field?
The gayest pick of all time, for sure.
Oh, God, that guy.
His name was Matt Gay.
No,
right,
Roberto Aguayo.
I'm talking about Gay. We drafted 2.
We didn't draft that guy, did we?
Yeah, fifth round. Aguayo was a second round.
He was a first rounder.
First?
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Dude.
I blocked that out of my memory. Like,
That one,
molested.
he'd kick, he'd miss, he'd go.
and he was the number 1 like kicker of all time in college. Or something
yeah.
like that.
Obviously.
Yeah.
Amazing in college. Different balls they play with.
Just like business, just like kickers or golf, the game's between your ears. And so if you don't focus on that stuff, you can't fucking execute.
Yeah.
And that is my Jerry Springer moment.
Okay. All right. See you guys later.
What about my sweat equity? Sweat equity.
iTunes, Apple Podcasts,
Sweat
Spotify,
equity.
Laughable,
My
YouTube,
sweat
Facebook,
equity.
Vimeo, LinkedIn.
My sweat equity. Sweat equity. What about my sweat equity?